All right, friends, Gene Burnett here from geneburnett.com. Another little tip, little suggestion for you today. This one is a little bit odd. I'm not sure if it just applies to me or just applies to people who are getting a little older and trying to learn new stuff. It's got to do with learning, and it's also got to do with training. One part of it I think is kind of universal, and that is simply don't train something until you know it. Seems kind of obvious, but by know it I mean understand it and have a working knowledge of it, have an awareness of the exercise that's beyond just the idea, beyond just the superficial, oh, that thing. So what I mean is, if I get a new idea about a way to train or something to do in my practice, if I get I'm going to train a slightly different way, then I make sure that I really know and understand that new thing before I train it. In other words, before I start to do repetitions and start to really kind of work it into my routine. And I do this for two reasons. The obvious one is I'm obviously more prone to injure myself if I start doing lots of reps on something that I don't know yet, and I haven't fleshed out the maybe the misalignments or the tension or whatever it is that I might not be doing right, whatever I might be not quite understanding. If I start immediately going with lots of reps on that, I'm just more likely to injure myself. But on another front, I find it really interesting in my learning process these days to learn and introduce things into my life slowly and to do it in stages. I love staging. Like if I'm doing a task around the house, anything, especially if it's something unpleasant, something that I'd like to kind of procrastinate or put off, instead of looking at the whole task at once, I just stage the thing. I just think about one or two things that are helpful to have already in place before you start the job. So I'll do those. And then the next time I think about doing this, I'll do another couple things. And then the next time I'll think about another couple things. And pretty soon, the job is all kind of set and ready to go so that when I really have the energy to do it, I don't have to do all this prep stuff. I can just go do the job. So it's a nice way to work with a task, especially if you don't want to do it, because when you finally look at the task, it's not so daunting. You've already done the stage, the prep work. You've already staged the prep work before you start the task. So it just makes it a little easier to do. But in doing that, I've noticed that one thing that staging does is it prepares my headspace. It prepares my brain for the idea of doing the task. It like opens up a space of, it opens up a kind of a willingness to do it. I don't understand it exactly, but it does something in my brain that it sort of rolls out the red carpet for my brain. Not just that the task is easier, but it's like I've gotten used to the idea of doing the task or something like that. So how this applies to training, it's like, let me just think of, okay, so here's an idea, okay? So I'm going to step forward just a little bit, and I'm going to do this is this Ginga thing from Capoeira. I'm not a Capoeira person, so please don't criticize my Ginga too harshly. I'm doing it Tai Chi style for my own benefit. I'm not trying to train in Capoeira. I'm working on this rotation. I'm working on this swing, which I really like. I think of it as kind of like a double slap, like slap, slap, like that. And I love this rotation, and I love this dropping into the front leg. I also love doing it on the back leg, like where I sit back and work on my back leaning, not arching. I'm not doing this. I'm leaning back. So this is relatively flat. So that's just a nice little exercise from Capoeira that I like to do. Sometimes I throw in some kicks. So throw in a kick. The first time I did that, I just thought, oh wow, God, when I'm reared up back here, I could just throw in a kick. Huh, interesting. Right there, throw in a kick. And I just left it at that. Just the idea. throw a kick in there. Next time I practice it, I get in here and I start doing the same thing, and I go, oh yeah, I thought about those kicks last time. Let's see, so I'm going to just come up and kick, and come up and kick, and come up and kick. Okay. Then I do another one, go to the other side, do another 3. Come up and kick, come up and kick, come up and kick. Okay. And I just kind of gently play with that a little bit. The main thing I was training though was just doing this. That's the main thing, because I had already broken this down and figured it out for myself. So then I start to realize, what are my hands doing when I come up and do that kick? And I just thought, I'm not really doing anything too precise there. I guess I just kind of bring this back and forth. And I think, boy, there must be something better there. Just let it alone. Just let my brain sit with that idea, like, okay, that point there, right when I kick, what's going on with my hands? Another time I come back to it and I think, well, I mean, when I do that kick, I want to be in a good position. And I'm thinking, oh, this is coming back and this is going forward. So I start thinking, oh, one back, one forward. And I just said, oh, okay, one back, one forward. One back, one forward. Back, forward. I'm like, okay, just leave it at that for a while. And then, next time I come back to it, I think, boy, I could be more precise about that. So when I pull it back, I think, oh, I'm just pulling this hand back. What if I just replace my elbow with my fist? I'm just going to put my fist where my elbow was, right? Like that. It's just a very quick coil. So I do that, and the other hand comes forward to do kind of a blocking move. Like that. I think, oh, that feels pretty nice. Put the fist where the elbow is, kick. Come over here, put the fist where the elbow is, kick. Put the fist where the elbow is, the other one blocks, and I kick. And I thought, that's nice. Did a few reps of that, just a few. Put it aside, right? Next time I do it, I come back to that again, and then I can really pull this back and kick. And I do several of those. I really feel like, okay, that's really helpful, because it's also helpful for my balance to have this position, because I can hang there. So I go to the other side, pull it back, and boom, the elbow back to where the fist where the elbow is, the elbow moves back, the other hand's blocking, the kick goes right underneath the elbow, which I always like. And I think, okay, that's pretty nice. So now I can start training that. So I'm doing my moves, I get this going, I feel pretty good about this, and I start throwing in an occasional kick, just kind of casually, and then I start thinking about pulling this hand back. Boom. Yeah, like that. Boom. Right? And that was my thing for a while. I got that in my system, and I could do this over and over and over again, and it would be no problem. I could do it many, many times. I understand the movement. There's nothing sloppy about it. I can come here, stop, and just hang out. So by doing it gradually in stages, I just got more and more used to it, and I let my brain, unconscious, body, mind, brain, whatever, just sort out in the background of its maintenance and functioning and stuff. Just introduce this idea, keep this and put this in there along with your other things you're thinking about. One time I got here, and I thought, boy, right after that kick, wouldn't it be nice to throw some punches and then land back into the thing and come out again? So if I kick and then I'm here and I throw some punches, and I think, oh, that was interesting, except my recovery is kind of sloppy. But I was like, oh, just the idea of throwing punches at that moment, a little flurry of chains at that moment, oh, okay, that was it. Next time, I come back to it, right? And I think, okay, I can throw some punches here because my balance is good in this position, but what the hell do I need to get into to get out of this? So I thought, okay, let me just retrace a little bit. Okay, so this position here is where I need to be in order to go to the next one. This position here, right? This position. So I think, okay, that's the one I've got to land in. So I just try it once or twice. I go kick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I just put that down. Oh, that's it. So I go here, boom, 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 to that same position. Leave it alone, come back the next time. And I think, okay, kick, boom, 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 boom. Didn't quite have my balance, boom, 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 but I know how to do this part. I'd come here like this, I'd kick, my balance wasn't always great right there, but I knew this part. I was like, okay, this part is, I understand that part now. And then I started looking at that kick and looking at those punches, and it occurred to me that if I just open up my hip a teeny bit to that direction, then I feel like I can hang here a lot longer and then bring it back. So my balance is a little bit better if I kick just slightly to the left with the left foot, maybe hold it off to the left a little bit. Just, I'm talking about less than an inch. It's just a little bit angle, boom, 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 and then back. Ah, there we go. So I can come here, boom, 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 boom. And then I start training it. I understand that little angle, understand what my body needs to do posture-wise, understand where I need to end up and where I need to finish. And so I got to where I could do the Jenga thing with multiple kicks and stopping on the last one and doing the punches, and with no trouble land in the right position and go to the next one. Then I could start just repeating that and making it part of my just part of my training when I do that exercise now. Those are some things that I do. Everything I just showed you, I do the final product. So I do the move, I get the basic move going, I throw in a kick or two with a good hand position, throw in a kick or two, go to the other side, throw in a kick or two, maybe I'll do 3 or 4 or 5, I'll do more, and just work on the kicking part, and then I'll work on the kick, punching part, and recover. And boom, kick, punching part, and recover. And so, on the one hand, easy basic mechanical level, I just avoided training too soon. So I waited till I knew what I wanted to do before, and I knew how to do it, and I knew it, understood it internally, so it didn't feel like I was shaky before I started to repeat it. So I just avoid injury doing that. And as older guys and gals and everything in between, we need to be careful about injury as we train and get a little bit older. So because I introduced it slowly and gradually with knowledge all the way, didn't hurt myself, didn't injure myself. But there's this other benefit, which is just how it works on my brain. I feel like it's almost like my training is like a house in my head. And when I discover one of these new little things I want to do, it's like I build another room in it. And if I do it gradually in stages and don't push too hard, don't push myself to learn it too quickly or to get to training it too quickly, if I don't speed up that process, if I'm patient, I'm not, I'm 64, as I say, this might have to do with being older. When I was younger and more ambitious, I probably would have done everything that I just shared with you in one practice session, and by the end of it, if I didn't injure myself, I would have that exercise and I could start training it. But I don't feel like I understand it in the same way. I feel like doing this gradually like this, I've opened up that room in my house and I've let my body and my brain soak it in, and I feel like the knowledge, I feel like the working knowledge of the movement is deeper and more thorough and more integrated and more a part of me and less a thing that I'm separately kind of introducing into my system. When I do the other method, when I kind of push it and try to learn it as quickly as possible and train it as quickly as possible, I feel like it takes longer for it to sink in. It'll still sink in with enough reps, but it takes longer till it becomes natural and thorough and integrated into my neuromuscular awareness than when I do it slowly like this and take my time introducing that thing. So this isn't a straight up recommendation where I say, boy, this really works great, try this. This is an experiment that you can try for yourself. This is what works for me. So if you want to try it, the next time you're practicing something and you get an idea to do something a little bit differently, note the idea, let it register into your mind, try it a couple times, and then put it down. And then pick it up the next time you get to that exercise, add the new thing, try it a few times, improve it a little bit, notice what you notice, put it down. And then do that 2 or 3 more times until you feel like you thoroughly know this new thing. And there's a space in your mind for it in your body, and this is part of your map now. Then start to rep it. Then start to do the training. Then start to really get it in your system by doing lots of them. And then see if that feels differently. See if the learning process feels more integrated, more holistic, more better, and you don't hurt yourself. See if that reduces your injury rate. So you just kind of try it out. The next time you're looking at a daunting task that's kind of gotten several stages to it, and it's a big honking deal, and you don't want to do it, try just getting the materials together for it and just put them near where the task takes place. Just get a few things ready and let a few days go by. And the next time you go by there, add another thing, and maybe another time look at the task, look at the stuff, and see if there's anything else you might need to do it. Kind of have things ready, and then maybe the next time you just go ahead and do it, and see if that doesn't make it easier for you mentally and physically. Do it in stages, and the stages of training are, check it out, figure out what you want to do, improve it again, get it in the pocket, then train it. And or set up the job of 2 or 3 stages along the way and then do it. So this is my staging / don't train it till you know it video. Tai Chi video, sort of. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'm trying to be helpful with these videos. Please let me know if I am. That's why I'm putting them out there. I just would like to be helpful. I don't have ads on this channel, and I most likely never will. So I do have tip jars all over my web world, my website, and my YouTube descriptions, but the tipping is obviously optional, and it does make my day, but it's not something I'm disappointed if I don't get any tips. The vast majority of days, I don't get any tips. But comments, I do get comments, and comments are really nice. It's just nice to know that some of these messages and bottles that I'm throwing out into the internet ocean are landed on friendly shores. So let me know if anything's been useful or what you think about any of these videos. I always appreciate comments. And take good care of yourself. Be well, be healthy, because we're in the middle of some crazy shit right now. Always will be. And it's always good to breathe and be healthy, because there's usually another side to the thing you're in, and you want to be healthy when you get to that other side. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you down the road.